Good evening or good morning, depending on where in the world you are. And my name is Chuck Liang. I am currently the Graduate Director for Computer Science at Hofstra University. I've been a professor here at Hofstra since the year 2000. So as an outline of the short presentation that I will give you today, I will give you, first of all, some background about Hofstra University, and then about our computer science department, the kind of faculty that we have, the facilities that we have access to, the kind of courses we offer, and of course about our Master's of Science degree program in computer science. I'll talk about the program requirements and also admissions expectations. I will talk about the kind of research and job opportunities that this could lead to and the kind of support that our department and our university will give you in terms of searching for research and job opportunities. All right, so Hofstra University is the largest private university on Long Island. It's about 25 miles from Manhattan. The student body size is about 11,000 students with a faculty-to-student ratio of about 1 to 10. There are about 3,000 graduate students. Hofstra University has been in the news. We recently hosted one of the 3 major presidential debates. In fact, we have hosted presidential debates in 2008 and 2012 as well. The university is made up of several constituent schools. In addition to the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, there's a business school, law school, school of communications, there's a medical school, and there's a school of engineering, as well as other specialty schools. In fact, Hofstra is one of the only universities in the New York area with a law school, business school, and a medical school. And I think this is an important point because many private colleges and universities are actually struggling financially. Some of them have even closed their doors. In contrast, Hofstra has been growing in strength. Both the medical school and the School of Engineering were formed in just the past 5 years. So we are growing in strength. I mean, in fact, from my own experience as a student and as an educator, I've been at many different types of institutions. And I would say, honestly, that Hofstra is the right size for students who are interested in studying science and engineering. Okay, it is not a huge university with 50,000 students and where you have to sit in an auditorium with several hundred other students. Okay, you won't get lost in the crowd. On the other on the other end of the coin, it is not too small. Right? It's not one of those places with only a few faculty and a few students who are really struggling to sustain their programs. All right, so the computer science department has been around for over 30 years. We offer an undergraduate program and a master's level graduate program. Formerly, we've been a part of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, but since 2012, we've been part of the newly formed School of Engineering and Applied Science. This was a major undertaking for the university. The university spent a lot of resources to form this new school, and just recently we've been named for a benefactor, Fred DeMattis, who contributed a substantial amount to our university. And what this all means for the computer science department, our faculty, and our students is basically more resources, more labs, more faculty, renovation of our facilities. Hopefully we'll be moving into a new building in the near future. We'll be able to, with the new faculty, offer new concentrations and new interdisciplinary programs. Okay. Now, in contrast to before we joined the School of Engineering and Applied Science, the School of Engineering and Applied Science has an industrial advisory board. Right. So now our faculty do academic research just like faculty at any other university. But by being part of the School of Engineering and Applied Science, we have the express goal of training professionals who will work in the high-tech industry. Right. One of the immediate benefits of joining the engineering school is that there is now a engineering co-op program with a special dedicated director, and I will talk about that later in my presentation. All right, so faculty, so labs and facilities are nice, but by far our greatest resource is our faculty. Okay? We search literally all over the world to find the most qualified people, not only in terms of their research ability, but also in their willingness and dedication to teach. All right, so teaching is a very important criteria, the ability to teach and the ability to teach and the willingness to teach is a very important criteria when we search for our faculty. Right? So that we have 10 full-time faculty, all holding PhDs, all have published substantially in their field, and they are experts in a variety of different disciplines, as you can see, including security and privacy, data mining, cognitive neuroscience and artificial intelligence, biomedical engineering, big data, and computer architecture. In addition to the full-time faculty, we also have a number of adjunct faculty. These are industry experts, and they teach a number of special courses, such as computational finance and game development. So I'd like to give a sample of some of our faculty. First one is Professor Simona Doboli. She was the former department chair, and in terms of research and intellectual accomplishment, she's probably the most accomplished faculty member in our department. Her research is funded by the National Science Foundation. She does research in AI, or computational intelligence, and cognitive neuroscience. And one of her recent very impressive sounding projects has to do with neural cognitive model of idea generation. Most of us only need to understand how computers work, but she needs to understand how computers work and how the human mind works. This is another one of our faculty, a relatively junior member. She joined our department a couple of years ago. Assistant Professor Angeliki Zavol got her PhD from Columbia University, where she worked on a project called Cloud Fence, a framework for cloud hosting environments that provides transparent, fine-grained data tracking capabilities. So her area is in network security and specifically cloud security. And most recently, she helped us to design a new computer science and cybersecurity major for undergraduates with the aim of having this program certified by the National Security Agency. Now, this is for undergraduates for now, but undoubtedly her presence in our department will affect our graduate program and the kind of courses we can offer to our graduate students as well. Another one of our faculty is Associate Professor Xiang Fu. His research is also in software security and specifically in malware analysis, and he teaches one of our most popular courses, which is called ethical hacking. Okay, and you can probably imagine what that would involve. In terms of facilities, we have several labs, and they're updated regularly every 3 years. There's a standard Linux lab for introductory and required courses, a systems lab for advanced electives, a computer architecture and embedded systems lab, a gaming and graphics lab, and a research and innovation labs designed for students working on special research topics. Now, our most advanced lab and newest lab is called the Big Data Lab, and this was formed just a few years ago from a $1 million grant from New York State. It has the capacity to hold about 1,000 terabytes of data. Right, so to give you an idea of how much data it is, okay, if you can transmit data at the rate of 1 gigabyte per day, okay, it would take several hundred years to fill the lab with enough data. So the goal of this lab is to educate students about large and distributed systems and prepare them for areas such as data analytics, data integration, cloud computing, and other applications that requires big data processing. These are some of the courses we teach in the Big Data Lab. Data science, obviously, data mining. Okay? I teach this course called Parallel and Distributed Computing, and we use some of the latest development platforms, Hadoop or Spark, which actually replaces Hadoop, and also MPI, message passing interface, for developing large-scale parallel applications. In other words, supercomputing applications. All right, so in terms of graduate admissions, now we require, of course, an undergraduate degree, but your undergraduate degree does not have to be in computer science. It does not even have to be in a related field. Okay, so we've had people who majored in business. We've had people who majored in liberal arts disciplines. Now, if your undergraduate degree is not in computer science, we do require you to take a number of courses These are the prerequisites that we have: discrete math, programming courses, data structures and algorithms, computer architecture, and if you have not taken it already, we require that you take calculus. So it's about, depending on your specific background, about 4 to 6 courses that you may have to take before you can take all of the graduate level courses. Now, some of the graduate level courses you could take right away. They don't have these requirements, but in order to take all of the graduate level courses, you will be asked to take these undergraduate level courses first. All right, but this is this is still a reasonable way to get into computer science if your undergraduate major was not in computer science. We expect an approximate GPA of 3.0. Many students have asked me if I have a 2.9, 2.8, 2.8, can I still apply? You can certainly apply. We don't just look at the GPA. We look at what school you went to, what courses you take. We look at, of course, your GRE scores. We look at many different factors. If you're still uncertain, you should certainly feel free to contact me, and I will give you a rough estimate as to whether or not you should apply or not. So the GRE is required. There is no formal cutoff again, but we do a 300 cumulative score will be desirable. The GREs can be taken or retaken up to 1 year after you're admitted into the program. Okay, so you do not have to take it right away in order to apply. For international students, we expect an IELTS score of 6.5 or a TOEFL score of 80. Now, if your score is slightly below these, we do have an English language program, which we will ask you to complete first before you take our courses. All right. So if your score is slightly below these, then we may still accept you. Okay. One other thing before I forget is that we have rolling admissions. So that means there's no admission deadline. As long as you apply, get accepted, and finish all the paperwork, then you can register and attend classes. Our Master of Science program consists of 30 credits, which means it's going to take at least 10 courses. 3 of these courses are required. They include analysis of algorithms, programming languages, and advanced operating systems design. And then, so these courses are required, and then usually at the end of your time of study, you will either choose to do a project or a thesis. The thesis will span 2 semesters, but the project will only take 1 semester. Okay, so usually a thesis is the more traditional way to get a master's degree. You write a master's thesis on some topic in computer science. A project is more implementation based. You will basically apply an existing technology to solve certain practical problem, and that can be finished in 1 semester. So depending on whether you do a thesis or a project, you would, of course, need to take additional courses, 5 or 6 electives. We have these optional concentrations. These are not the only options you have, but we have these specially designed concentrations for web engineering and for cybersecurity. Okay, and of course, there's a variety of other courses that you can take outside of these concentrations. All right, so what makes our program stand out compared to other graduate programs in computer science? Right. So now, many students, when they go to graduate school, they're expected to do research, and we certainly have students who do that. So they're more traditional graduate students. They will work one-on-one on their area of interest with faculty. All right, and many of them have done excellent research and have jointly published their papers in scientific journals with their advisors. However, I would say that the majority of our students are working professionals or people who are seeking to become working professionals in the high-tech industry, and our program is oriented towards that. We have many courses on practically oriented topics. We have expert industry adjuncts. We have, as I've said before, an industrial advisory board and a co-op program that help our students become professionals quickly. Okay, and we have new classes that are introduced regularly, such as gaming, web and mobile development, network security, data science, and parallel processing. So internships, of course, internships are strongly recommended for all students, and we do try to help our students find internships. But in addition to the internships, we have a co-op program, which you can join after 2 semesters, and provided you have a GPA of 3.0. And what you would do is that you will be partnered, you will be selected to work with one of our partner companies for 6 months, and then you will return to Hofstra to complete your degree. All right. So if you many of our students find jobs through their internships. But if that's more difficult, the co-op program is a more structured way to help our students get into the industry. Another unique feature of our program is that there is a distance learning option. Many of our courses are offered online, and many of these courses run for only 7 weeks. So you can do 2 courses side by side during the course of 1 semester and be done in 5 semesters. Okay? And you can take a combination of regular classes or online classes. In fact, our distance learning program has been ranked 10th in the country, and one reason they gave for the high ranking was the qualifications of our faculty, the strength of our faculty. Here's a sample selection of courses that we offer: computational finance, data processing, natural language processing, systems programming, software project management, network security, ethical hacking, parallel and distributed programming. As you can see, many of these courses are practically oriented as opposed to theoretically oriented. Right. So, in addition to the basic coursework, you'll be asked to complete a Capstone Experience, which consists of either doing a 2-semester thesis or complete a 1-semester project. And there are some options available for depending on what kind of project that you wish to do. So, I included some sample student capstone projects. So this is one of our, this project is actually done by one of our top students. This person works at a company that has a lot of defense contracts, and this project involves applying a very advanced algorithm called the Kalman filter, and an application has been developed to simulate a radar system with the task of tracking maneuvering targets. So watch out. Oh, well, not all of our students' projects are as intimidating, however. This other project is on the science of online matchmaking, improving outcomes using interest-based metadata. All right, so the purpose of this project is to develop a product that allows users to find matches solely based on their interests by gathering metadata on their existing blog. The application was implemented and tested using data from real Tumblr accounts. So we really do attract a very wide range of students with varied interests. We do have a number of scholarship opportunities. There's a provost scholarship, some small department scholarships, and graduate students can get graduate assistantships as well as TA lab assistantships. Now, of course, most people decide to pursue a graduate degree in computer science because of the job opportunities that are available in the United States as well as internationally. In the U.S. alone, the U.S. Department of Labor forecasts 650,000 new computer-related jobs to be available by year 2022. Right, so almost every index says every list of top 10 areas to go into will list computer science, software development, network engineering, and so on as one of the top fields that you can go into in terms of finding a good job. So if our students have worked in the finance sector, in the healthcare sector. In the New York area, finance and healthcare, I would say, are probably the top 2 sectors that people will end up working in. But we also have many other students working in retail, in defense, and so on. Okay, so I've already talked about the co-op program. Right? There's the university also has a career center, right, that will offer our students with job search resources. Almost every graduate student of ours actually has a job even before they graduate. Okay, and these are some of the companies that have hired our recent graduates. Right, Amazon, Thomson Reuters, Okay, CPXI is an interesting company. This is an online advertising company that was started by one of our alumni. So it's a company that's grown to be worth at least $500 million. They have a main office in Times Square in New York, and they're actually this company has actually offered Hofstra a scholarship that our students can compete for each year. And our students have found internships with many of the top high-tech companies also. All right, so that's the end of my short presentation. I look forward to answering your questions. Right? If you don't feel comfortable asking them now, you're free to send me an email or even call me at my office at the numbers listed, or visit our department website for more detailed information about our courses. You can apply online. And then our next on-campus event is January 10th from 6 to 8 p.m. All right. Are there any questions? Okay, I'll give you a few minutes. Please don't feel free to ask me anything you like. Okay, so I have a question here. Do I need professional experience? No, you do not need professional experience. All right, that certainly is not a requirement for joining our program. Okay. Any others? Can I start in the spring or the summer? Yes, yes, you can. You can start in the spring term. As I said before, we have rolling admissions. Right, so as soon as you get all the paperwork done, you can register for classes. If you get that done before the spring semester, you can certainly enroll in spring classes. Now, in the summer, not many of our graduate level courses are offered during the summer. But if you are accepted before the summer, you can certainly also begin during the summer. Okay, the next question is about scholarships. What kind of students are awarded scholarships? Now, scholarships are mainly based on two criteria. They're based on full-time, whether or not the student is full-time or part-time, right? And also on students' academic performance. So that's the criteria that we look at in terms of awarding scholarships to students. All right. Okay, there's another question coming in here. Okay, this is an interesting question. What's the difference between this program and the ZARB MS in information systems? One word, math. Okay, our program requires math. Now, I think that should tell you. I mean, information systems is geared toward careers in IT. Okay, tech support, right? But there's a huge difference between someone who provides tech support and someone who has the education needed to become, for example, a software developer. All right, so that's the difference that we offer. We teach about not just how to use these computers, okay, but how do these computers actually work? Right? How software actually work? Not just how to use software, how to debug, how to implement, how to install software, but how to actually create the software. Okay. All right. So the next question is, how many students go full-time versus part-time? I don't have an exact I don't have an exact number, but I would say about half and half. Right? About half and half. Half of our students are full-time and half are part-time. Are there any other questions? Feel free to ask them. All right. If there are no other questions, you can still, like I said, call me or send me an email. For now, good night. It was nice presenting to you.